Hi everyone. So good news. I have reached a new level in my relationship with Apollo, Soul Kitty number 2. And what is that, you might be wondering? Well, if you've listened to prior episodes, I might have talked about how that cat wouldn't come to me for fucking anything except for food. Like, he would follow me around and he would sit next to me, but he would never, like, I like lap kitties. Who doesn't like a good lap kitty? Um, And he has become one only with me, not Alicia. That's very important. So he's my lap kitty now. He's gotten more comfortable just hanging out and wanting some pets. And something else he's been doing is mushing my face. Like he'll mush the side of my mouth. Well, yeah, I guess the side of my mouth with the side of his mouth. And, the drool is kind of like not really great, but he did that twice yesterday, or was it the other day? And that was the very first time that he's ever done that. Do you know what kind of trust you have to have from a cat for them to fucking mush your face like that? Oh my God. I'm like, yes, yes. Like, keep, buying into this. Keep following me around because if you're going to live for years, this is going to be the life. Um, I can't really get Phil to hop on board that train though. He's a moody Judy, that Phil. And some of my tricks are not working on him. So I don't know. Alicia's like, well, he does things and when he feels like doing it. And I'm like, well, you said this before and every cat I know and have met throughout my life has done things that they wanted to on their terms. So this one just happens to be, um, I don't know, more distant. Whatever. It's weird to live with cats and like just have this one that's just a little bit out of reach. And if I could just pull him in a little bit more, maybe, just maybe, he would become my cat. But he won't because Alicia touched him first. So that's how that goes. Um, but anyways, so who is autistic this week? Nobody asked. If has anybody seen that show on Netflix called, I think it's, what is it? Ultimatum Queer Love. That one where like you get a bunch of lesbians and you put them together and then they switch partners and like see if they want to end up married to their new partners or the original ones or whatever by the end of the fucking show. Um, I think everybody on that season, at the very least, probably the first one too. I don't remember the first one because these are not shows that, like, you know, I don't keep that kind of information in my brain if it's useless. So I don't remember who those people were, but like, I'll remember this for at least another month. I think everybody on season 2 is autistic. And it's an interesting show. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't think I would do anything like that, but I can see like some of the benefits and I can also see like some of the pitfalls and I would never participate in such a thing. Like, hello, rejection sensitivity. Like, I don't fucking think I would ever do something like that. Nor would I want to see like Alicia on a fucking date or living with somebody else. What is wrong with these people? Oh my God, I would never do this. Never. But it is interesting to watch. And, like it's a kind of a known thing that lots of autistic people are LGBTQ plus all the other letters, like, we're queer. And so I do like the people on the show, but I'm not surprised that like they all seem queer and autistic. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Um, Sorry I'm doing the I really need to get that out of my system because there's this bunny rabbit in the backyard. I'm trying to figure out where's his family. I know he's got one because there's bunnies in the area, and I know that like there's this family. I don't know if there's a new family every year or if it's just the same family that I don't know where they're living, but somewhere around. And there's this one bunny. that just likes to hang out in the backyard, and he looks like a taxidermy bunny. He doesn't really move. He is alive though. And I would be like at the kitchen window looking down at this bunny, and I would just go, "Bunny." And I did this for like, I don't know, 5 minutes before I realized, like, why would this bunny hear me through the fucking closed window? So I look behind, and instead I've got all four cats lined up in the kitchen thinking I'm about to give them treats, because that's the sound I make to them when I'm about to give them something tasty. So they were like, "Where the fuck is it, bitch?" So I thought I would share that. I don't know where that came from, but like, I really want that bunny to find his home or to show me where he lives. But like, by the time you get downstairs, like, I go down the stairs, out the back door, the bunny fucking runs away. And I'm like, what can I do to keep this bunny in the yard so I can just let it trust me, and like maybe like lead it to its home, like, lead me to its home so I can see like what are his relatives like, you know. um I do like to make up stories about random animals I see in the backyard because it's fun to me, and I want to see if any of them come true. But these animals are so quick, especially the ones with wings. They fly away, you can't fly after them. So I wish I didn't say all that just now. um and Sorry, go ahead and roll your eyes. I have to say it. So, like, I am still catching up on Mayim Bialik's episodes because I don't know, they're like so fucking long. I cannot listen to an hour and a half podcast like once a week, every week. They're just so long. So, I just listen to them when I feel like listening to them. And I'm still behind, but I was listening to this one. I don't remember who the lady was that was on her show, but she was talking about she don't like small talk. She's always felt awkward, and it was like this, she was on there, I think, talking about like body language or something, or picking up cues or signals from people to try to I don't know, to understand them and what they're all about or whatever. But anyways, this lady is so autistic and doesn't know it. And I am just, I don't know, I'm starting to get a little bit annoyed that I'm hearing all of this talk of neurodivergence and spectrum and autism and ADHD. And when is the brain scientist going to land on the fact that she's fucking autistic? When? This is such a cruel joke the universe is playing. It's played it on all of us that are late identified. I know her time is going to be coming soon, but like, it's like circling her. These words are circling her. Like, hello, you're autistic. Please, somebody tell her. Somebody. Because she is hilarious. And I learned so much from her. And I would just like her to turn her podcast more into like an autism one or something, or like start an autism podcast and see what that would be like. Okay, so I'll stop talking about that till probably next week. What else is going on? Alicia, my wife, wanted to go get pizza the other day. She wanted real pizza. And there's this one place that she likes that's about a 35-minute drive away, that she goes there once in a great while when she wants, like, that's her favorite pizza. And so the other day she's like, "Oh, I think I want some pizza." And I'm thinking, like, local, like, are we going to do um Grubhub or something? And she said she wanted to go to that place, and then she's like, "Will you come with me?" You can't say no. I would feel so bad if I said no. That's worse than like not going in my mind. But at the same time, this bitch likes to fucking travel during rush hour because it was 4:30. No, it was between sometime between 4:30 and 5. And we were supposed to make it 35 minutes, like, to this place. With the traffic, it was like an extra 10 minutes probably. Not to mention, like, so we're driving, and I noticed that we start off going down like the opposite way of where we usually start off at. And I didn't say anything for once in my life, because usually I'm like, where are we going? This doesn't look normal. Because I mean, I don't know, I don't have a sense of direction, but I can tell when things look different or new sometimes. And I always say something to her, and it's usually me that is just like, she's going the right way, and I just don't know where we are. So I just kept my mouth shut. Bitch drove for like 10 minutes before she realized, why am I even on this highway? Like, this isn't even the way there. And I'm like, I fucking knew it. And I was like, please tell me that you can just get off somewhere and like we're kind of on the way. And she's like, no, we're in the opposite direction. It was fucking torture to be in that car. So I just turned music on. I turned my music on. Usually I like to compromise, which means either no music or my music. I don't really like listening to her music. But anyways, I felt I was entitled to turn on the Spotify on my phone and play whatever the fuck I felt like, which was some dirty songs because, apparently my wife does have a limit with humor, and it's hilarious because we are just, oh my God, we're, I don't know how to describe it. Um, there's a way that you act with your spouse behind or in your house that other people don't get to see. Basically, people see what they think is put together adult, and then you get home and you're with your wife and you're talking about butts and farts and pooping. And I'm sorry, that's just what we do. And we have been like binging Bob's Burgers. I fucking love that show. And it's like every episode they're talking about butts or poops. So I was like, this is made for us. But anyways, why did I say that? I don't know why I just said that. Oh, because of the dirty songs. That's right. I won't repeat the lyrics that I made her listen to, but I will tell you, for somebody who always has something to say, the only thing she could say to those lyrics was, mm-mm. And then she's like this little smile and she shakes her head and she just keeps going, mm-mm. I'm like, oh, you have a limit. And now I know how to make you uncomfortable. So I'm going to exploit this. And then what's going on? But anyways, that drive was not fun. And I only wanted two slices of the kind that I like, but this is a place that does half, like you can do half and half for a whole pizza, or like it just doesn't do slices, I should just say. And I don't know why I'm even saying this. You don't care what I eat for pizza. To me, it just was like I just told myself, okay, this is what makes her happy. I didn't really benefit too much from going on this trip, except I got some pizza that, is not too bad. Okay, I'm just gonna move on now. I'm throwing a birthday party for Bella, um, our 15-year-old niece, and she doesn't know this yet. I have been talking to my brain and asking my brain, like, hey, why are we doing this? Why does this actually seem like fun? We don't do things like this, especially when it involves children. I don't know. Like, maybe I don't know, like, why I'm doing this other than what's obvious to me currently, which is, if I were 16, I would have loved to have like different parties or whatever, or different, no, I wouldn't have actually. I don't even remember my 16th birthday, and that's kind of like alarming. Because I remember a lot of my childhood, but I don't remember my 16th, so I don't know that that's a good thing. So, anyways, I think maybe somewhere in the back of my mind, I'm like, let's make sure she gets a good 16th birthday or whatever. Um, and Alicia seemed a little surprised too, and not very into it, which is weird because she likes those kids more than, never mind. Um, anyways, so I guess I'm going to be doing this. And who's going to be at this party? Bella, Alicia, me, and Xena, Caesar, Philemon, and Apollo. That's it. Because the best parties are the ones with the fewest people and the most animals. You know this. So, I'm definitely not baking a cake, so that's gonna get bought, and I don't think she'll mind that too much. And I'm gonna get her some gifts and stuff. Maybe I'll like do some balloons or something. Not like anything cheesy, but like make sure she has a good time. We'll play games. Because like recently, I don't remember if I said this last time because I feel like this just happened like 2 days ago, but she just told her dad, I don't want anything to do with you anymore. I want you out of my life. And that's the same thing that her sister did a couple of weeks ago. So they're really going through it. And I would like to just give her a weekend where she gets to eat cake and play games and not have to worry about um, what an asshole her dad is. So I'll let you know how that goes. I've never thrown a birthday party for a kid before. I don't think I'll do it again. Well, no, I will, because like Madeline turns 13 next year, and that's kind of a big number too. But then after that, that's it. So there's that. And the last thing I have to say, um, the show I think it's called Kidfluencer on Hulu. Kidfluencer, I think it's what it's called. It's like this show, it's got like parents on there who make their kids do YouTube things. Like, look, I don't know YouTube. I only just put my podcast up there in case anybody like listens to podcasts on YouTube. I don't watch videos. If I do, like, well, I take that back. I do watch them, but I don't watch them. I just more like have them on the TV or whatever, um, or the laptop, and like I'm doing like other things while I'm listening to what's being said because I don't like to just watch. That's boring to me. Um, so I didn't know that there was this whole population of kids that are making money for their fucking parents. And it grosses me out so much because it reminds me of those shows like Dance Moms. Like, why the fuck are you putting this shit on TV? Because you're just like, this is just like public exposure to like abuse going on in the family, and everybody's eating it up like it's entertainment, and it's not entertainment, and these kids grow up fucked up and all kinds of shit because you robbed them of their childhoods. I can't even watch more than one episode at a time, but I have to keep watching it. um I have to finish it. But like, it's just sad to me that parents are putting their little children on YouTube doing videos and then like making them do acting and different takes and all this stuff. And you can just tell the kids do not like it. They don't want to be doing it. It's not fun for them. And then you're hearing kids say things like, I like making money, and like shit that adults say that a kid should not be saying. It's just gross. And that one show also, um, sorry, I had to do that. Sweet 16. I don't even know if that's still on anymore. And that's not quite the same thing. That was just more a show to like, look what we can buy our 16-year-old kids. Cars. We can have celebrities. We can have big ass parties. And they put that shit on TV like it's something to aspire to. Like, I don't understand. Like, your parents are just buying your love, asshole. Like, hello, you're going to grow up just like them. You're already on your way. I mean, maybe that's rude, but the shows like this make me angry. No, not the shows themselves. I think the fact that people do this makes me angry, and like, why isn't more being done about it? Why are these shows allowed to be like, huh, maybe the kidfluencer one is just one to show what's happening. It's not, you know what I mean? I think I'm just talking in circles because like when I get irritated about something, lots of things want to come out of my mouth, and not all of them can. But does anybody watch shows like that? Does anybody like feel the same way about like maybe kids shouldn't be exposed to that stuff? I'm like, I feel like an older person now where I've just recently decided that if I ever had kids, yeah, of course they could have a cell phone, because I just think like, what does a 10-year-old need with a fucking cell phone these days? But like, with the way things have been going, and the world's just not a safe place, you know, like it makes sense for kids to have phones to be able to call people in like case of emergency. But I'm not here talking about kids. I gotta stop this shit because that's why I don't have any. I just think people are gross. They need to stop putting their kids to work, and maybe they need to be brought up on some like charges, because is that a little too much? Because it just doesn't seem right to me. Like, you're making your kids work, and sure, y'all are getting paid for it, but they're gonna have mental health issues. Like, you can't even, like, hello. Oh, what? Oh, well, I gotta go. Um, I really hope nobody's listening to this. And I just want to remind anybody that this is your first episode. I might have said something worthwhile like the first 100 episodes, but after that, it's like, I don't know. Um, it's just me saying things, and hoping that maybe somebody's out there listening and does these things and is like, oh my God, me too. And then emails me or comment and leaves a comment and says, guess what? It's not just you. I gotta go. How much time did I use on this? Oh, 20 minutes. That's not too terrible. If you stayed this long, thank you so much. I would love to know what the fuck you got out of this episode. Um, I'll work on that. I think I've been doing this for a while. I gotta go to that window and see if that rabbit's in the backyard now. So thanks for listening. Bye.